So for those that have been listening, you've just heard Sinead O'Connor and Mandinka. What's up next, Dave?
Well, we have on the line Alan McElroy from Ireland. Hello, Alan.
How are you?
Good. Whereabouts in Ireland are you from?
I'm from Dublin, Clondalkin, Dublin 22.
No way, Clondalkin. I'm from Belgard Heights.
No, literally, the family just live in Newlands Cross. I was back there for a wedding in Muff, believe it or not, in November. But the Newlands Cross, not that far. I used to go to the plaza, and what's the other one? Coco's.
Coco's is gone now. It's a little now.
That's a little, isn't it?
What isn't?
Wow.
You're talking with myself and Ciaran here in the studio. Ciaran's from the other side of the country, from Tuam.
Oh, nice. How are you doing?
Good, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, I feel welcome.
Good.
You should be. This is the only Irish show in the whole of New Zealand, probably.
Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, the Southern Hemisphere.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So
you're our first guest.
Yeah, actually, that's
Sorry,
true.
I missed that.
You are our first guest on the show.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, so we seen you coming up, and we said, we got to get him on the show. An Irish
I've been
comedian.
up a lot. I've been up. We do the Playhouse twice a year, I think it is, with the Irish and Scottish show. It's been great crack, and he keeps dragging us back for more. Like, we can't keep on selling tickets here, but I love Nelson.
Good. So it's called Booze and Crack when it's the Scottish and Irish show, right?
Yeah, Booze and Crack is the one that we do in the Playhouse.
Yeah.
We're back again in May. Yeah, May. I think May 5th. With a different lineup. There's a few up-and-coming comedians that are pretty decent from Ireland and Scotland, so I'll be bringing them back in May. I'll have details on my social media about that. And then the other show is for the Fringe this week.
That's
called
right.
Mistaken Identity, in Refinery, I think.
Refinery Art Space, yeah, and you're playing the 31st and 1st at 6 o'clock, I think.
But you know that, Ellen, don't you?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah. No, yeah, 6 o'clock. It's pretty. Like the last show we just done Eden, and it was 9:30.
Yeah.
So it was a different level of people that you got in at that hour.
Different level of drunk.
Different. Oh yeah, I was giddy and messing, and the show went on for. It was the last show, so I just did 2 hours. I didn't even do the hour. I just messed and had fun. But this one is 6 o'clock, so I got to be a bit more strict and stick to the script, I suppose.
Very good.
And so tell us a bit about the show, Mistaken Identity. According to the bio that we were reading, that's weird. Anyway,
yeah, bio.
Oh, yeah, bio.
Yeah.
He's some bio, that Alan.
Fella.
Some bio.
You've been mistaken for many what?
Different things, wasn't it?
Without giving away the show.
Well, it's not really giving away the show, so it's because the show started as a different show about people drawing penises at pub quizzes.
Right.
And so I started doing that, and then at the same time, and then through the lockdowns, I've been getting people. No, I got mixed up for Mick Hucknall before when I was younger, which terrified me. As in my early 20s, someone thought I was Mick Hucknall, and so I shaved my head.
You get an allowance for that.
So that's fine, sure. But they so I had a few weird little stories like that. But then during lockdown, I had people think I'm an American film director called Alan B. McElroy. So I had people send me abuse because his films, they don't like his films. So I had banter with them, and then
what's happened to hobbies? Like, people used to have hobbies.
People, I know, and they sent me various abuse, like, your movie is crap, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not him. Then I got people sending me their CVs looking for jobs. So initially I said, that's not me. But then it was lockdown, and I said, you know what, let's have fun. So I got them to send in weird auditions and sent them tasks to do. And then, so I got a lot of mad stuff. And then, so that's a large chunk of it. And then prank scammers. So I had people trying to, you get a message on Instagram where someone hacked your friend's account. So there's bits about winding those people up, and the best way to... I don't get scam calls anymore because I record the conversations with them and take the piss out of them.
You're blacklisted with the
scammers.
The
show. Yeah, with scammers, and then they leave me alone. And so there's a load of bits and pieces of that and other stories. Yeah, that's basically what it is. So just a load of stories.
So you're just a messer then?
Getting paid
for
what?
it.
You like being a messer?
Yeah, well, that's what we, that's who we are.
Exactly, that's it.
That's why we're here.
That's who we are.
We're just jealous of you now, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. It was just some crack. They sent me so much ammunition, I couldn't believe it. Like, and then the videos they sent me in. Like, I had someone walk out on the Friday. Now, she was hammered. It was Paddy's Day as well. She was hammered, and she goes, "You're being mean to people." I said, "I'm not being mean. You have to watch the whole show and see what happens at the end." I didn't want to wind these people up, but I was bored, and they were relentless.
You were backed into a corner.
I'm going to have a bit of crack. Yeah, and it's a funny show. I know I should say that because it's my show, but it is genuinely funny.
Good. Like, you'd go to see it yourself if it wasn't yours.
I'd watch it. Yeah. I'd watch it. I'd probably leave halfway through because it's very mean. No, it was it's good crack to do. But yeah, and it changes every time because I remember different stories from when I was a kid. Like I've a couple of stories where my parents had a different take on discipline. One, I won't tell the main story, but one, they staged the kidnapping of us. So they got my dad's friend to put on a traveller's accent and kidnap us, throw us in the van and
Not a
just rally around.
but an accent.
It's what he put on the accent. And he threw us. And his name, I know him now. He's dead now, actually. But his name was Gunnar, of course, because he had a cock eye.
Yeah.
And but he was the one that kidnapped us. And we were terrified for a week before we just sat there terrified. No, we didn't keep us for a week. We got us back in 10 minutes. But we sat there in the house with the parents. We were well behaved for that week.
What led to that? What could you have done that would
you know what? Because I was talking to my mother when she was over recently. There's a couple of stories in the show, and I have her speaking and telling her view of the story. Well, I'll just tell you. She said she murdered our brother because he was being bold, messing, and buried him in the garden. And she thought that was hilarious. But we believed it. And then she was over here, and we were in Holy Moly, the golf place, and there's a pirate scene where there's bones coming out of the ground. And she just started laughing and goes, "That's your brother James that we killed." You know what I mean? And she's just laughing her head off. I was like, "Wow, that's pure evil, you mad woman." So that one, I think we were playing bullfighting. But the one, my brother smashed the window with his head. But the other one was... I ate the flowers in the garden. So we lived next to... there was a massive trees next to us, and she could never grow roses. And then the tree got felled, and I don't know why, but I ate the rose buds, and she lost her mind completely and said, "That's it." And then they kidnapped us. But it was, we laugh about it now.
Of course.
Yeah. What else?
They were probably laughing about it at the time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they were loving it.
What kind of roses were they?
Yeah, because there's loads of, like my brother went up and called him fat once, her and my auntie, and they just said, we're pregnant. And then when my mother went to the parent-teacher meeting, about 6 months later, the teacher said, "Oh, you're looking well for someone that just had a baby." Like, they just told us so many lies that we believed, and they just don't care. They couldn't care less. They go, "Well, because we were very annoying kids, so they're like, you deserve it."
That's brilliant. How long are you over in New Zealand?
I think about 14 years now.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a citizen now.
20 years.
20 years, yeah. I got the citizenship a couple of years ago, and I got my passport last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
No, it's not bad. And the career's going well. Could you have been a comedian back in Ireland? I mean, I'm sure you could have been.
Yeah, well, I was doing it for a bit, and I was on TV. I was doing a kids' TV show called The Cafe, and then the main host of that wanted to move into sports. Aidan Power, he was moved, and he's in sport now. So I jumped ship, and then the recession was kicking in as well, and I ran. But I went back. I did I did a few gigs when I was back from my brother's wedding, and I was back a few years ago. I love it. That's why we do the booze and crack shows, because you do get that different type of audience, and if you get a load of expats in, they're the best audience. They're so much fun. They're well lubed up as well, usually, and you can just talk absolute muck.
That's not a generalisation at all. We're just
They've been drinking.
And so
drinking, yeah. Not like a gimp party or something. They're drinking.
Ah, I didn't even think of that, but that's
Murchison.
No, that's Murchison. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking now that there's the spare seat there going to the Late Late Show. Would you be interested in?
Yeah, we run a poll every show, the top of the morning poll. We call it the totem poll, and today's question was, who would you like to see fill in the hot seat? So I mean, you've mentioned RTE, so you could even be on the short list yourself. So what do you think? Who do you think?
Jeez, no, I'm not going back. I just mentioned a name there. Aidan Power looked like he was someone that was being groomed for years for that. Following a bit of it, but Jason, Tommy Tiernan's going great.
He is.
Don't move him over, because that's his show.
Yeah. No, that's his last show was last night. Last Saturday.
That's what Dave was. That's the rumour Dave was starting anyway.
Yeah.
He's
taking a break.
I didn't take it. Yeah, he probably needs him. But yeah, like Jason Bourne has been sort of putting his name out there in his social media posts, and I don't know. I'm sure he can get deep and serious on some topics, but I don't know. I'm completely out of the loop. So I just say Jason Bourne.
Okay.
Or any of the girls, like, and there's, I don't know, Claire, but I don't know who these people are. Miriam McCallaghan.
Claire Byrne, I think, has been
touted as well.
She's the touted one, I think, yeah.
She's been touting.
Yeah.
She's been touting.
And anything to make it more interesting again, because it just got very boring. It's not even the host, it's the guest.
Yeah.
You can't have the same guest on every week.
Yeah.
There's no crack.
No, you're right. That's one thing it's seriously lacking is crack, isn't it?
Massive, yeah, and that's it. Like, and I understand, because I remember when we were there, if someone couldn't do a show, there was always these go-to, and for the show I worked on, it was these D-list celebrities that would fly over from Hollyoaks or Coronation Street, and they'd look, yeah, I don't even know who they were, but they'd come over. There was Robbie Williams' best friend, he was on the show once. There was
Are you from Hollywood? No, I'm from Hollyoaks.
The RTE saying to you, you've got Robbie Williams, best friend.
Yeah.
Best friend? Oh man, I can't remember his name, but he was on. Yeah, we got him to do some stupid stuff. It was ridiculous. Then I worked on a Podge and Rog show for a bit.
Oh yeah.
And that was absolute madness.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get they were supposed to get David Guest, who was married to Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
And he pulled out last minute, and he said, right, we'll do this sketch. Now, I was a runner. We spent the whole day trying to do this sketch, whether it was funny or not. But they wanted to get a gorilla, right? And they couldn't get a gorilla. So then we tried to get a chimp, right? And they ordered, I don't know where you order a chimp from, right? And then we're doing other jobs, and then the guy turns up, and it wasn't a chimp, it was a lemur, right? It was the wrong type of monkey.
What do you want to say, like?
So they said, no, we're not taking that. It's under warranty. Take it back. So then they hired a dwarf, and they got a gorilla outfit. And then the sketch was you knocked on David Guest's door, and it was just a gorilla, a small chimp. It was a dwarf, Chris the dwarf. He's famous, and he was in the outfit jumping around. And then that was the sketch. Like,
what a great way to spend the day, like.
It was mental. It was absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. So a bit of that sort of crack on the late would go down well.
Yeah. They should get you on as a guest just to tell that story.
Oh, yeah, next time I'm back, yeah.
Well, Alan, we have to go, but thanks very much for taking the time out of your busy day to talk to us.
Would you like?
Do you want to pick
I'm going to put David on the spot here. He's on the controls. Would you like to pick an Irish song we could play for you?
The Waterboys.
Which one?
Oh, God. Pick any.
Okay. Pick any. Okay, I'll pick a different one than The Hole of the Moon, because that's what we picked last week.
We get the
let's have Fisherman's Blues.
Rubber Bandits.
Rubber Bandits, Horse Outside. That's on the playlist, actually.
Yeah, I'll fight your father.
The Dad's best friend.
Okay, hang on.
Rubber Bandits. Oh, yeah.
And now, just reiterate one more time to everyone, you're playing the 31st and the 1st in the Fringe Festival here in Nelson from 6 p.m. Tickets available from the Fringe Nelson website.
The Fringe website or event finder. It's called Mistaken Identity, or just follow me, Al McElroy or Alan McElroy on social media, and I share all that stuff.
Cool.
Alan, you're a gentleman, and hopefully talk to you soon when you're in town.
Cheers, yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Take it easy. Bye.
Enjoy the Fringe.
Okay, here we go on the Rubber Bandits and I Want to Fight Your Father.